Rebecca back with another car vlog. So, happy Friday. I have almost made it through my first work week back from vacation. Coffee required. So I thought that it would be a good time for a work update. Now, if you're new here, then you may not be aware of the ongoing drama that is happening at my workplace right now. I will try to sum it up quickly for you. I've been with the company that I work for 3 years now, and when they hired me, they told me that eventually they were going to start requiring all their ultrasound people to become vascular registered. And when I was hired on, I did not have my vascular registry, but they told me that eventually it was going to be a requirement and I should go ahead and do it now, because if I did it, then I could go ahead and get the 5% pay increase that they offered for becoming vascular registered. So I did that. And 2 years later, they still were saying, yeah, we're going to do that eventually, but they never really put the hammer down and said, yes, this is what we're going to require now, until this year. So a few months ago, around the 1st of June, they said, okay, yes, definitely we are going to require everyone on our ultrasound staff to become vascular registered, and you have until September, the end of September, 1st of October, to turn in your registry or you're going to get fired. So they laid the hammer down, and it is what it is. So back in June, we obviously had a few people who were a little disgruntled over that, and a few elected to leave. And the ones who left, who are obviously still, friendly with the rest of us that are on staff, were leaving and saying, hey, we're actually getting paid a whole lot more moving to these different hospitals in the area and working for, different people. So that piqued my interest and made me think, well, hey, maybe my pay is not as competitive as I thought it was. And I spoke with some people that had graduated school with me. And long story short, I came to find out that of the people that I graduated school with who were willing to discuss what they were making with me, yours truly, my base rate of pay was the smallest out of all of them. So I was like, wow, okay, I guess my pay is not as competitive as I thought it was. So me and one other girl on staff actually requested a private meeting with our ultrasound supervisor and the director over the entire radiology department for the company that we work for, to bring this to their attention, show them what these other girls were making. I was telling them how I had spoken with my colleagues from school and how my pay was not as competitive as I thought it was, and all these reasons, XYZ, we deserve a raise. And they said, of course, thank you for bringing this to our attention, we will work on it, blah, blah, blah. So what ended up happening from that is that the company I work for is now doing a market analysis for the entire ultrasound department, not just me and this other girl that requested raises, but for the whole department. So obviously that takes some time. I have yet to hear anything about the market analysis beyond we're just still working on it. So I'm still waiting to hear about that. In the meantime, though, it is almost October 1st, and I knew that when I took this trip to Scotland, that when I came back from Scotland, it was likely that there was going to be some more workplace drama, and I was correct. So this week I spoke with the ultrasound the lead tech out of all of us, and she said that there are 4 people on staff who still do not have their vascular registry, and only 2 of the 4 were actually set up to take their test. One of which I know has tried to take it a couple of times already and failed. So potentially come October 1st, we could have 4 full-time staff members leave. And furthermore, there is another full-time staff member who is retiring on October 5th. So there's definitely her leaving, potentially 4 people who aren't vascular registered leaving, and lo and behold, the other girl who had requested a meeting with the department heads along with me, she interviewed for another job and has decided to take another job as well. So she is putting in her 2 weeks notice Monday, so she's definitely leaving. Awesome. So come October, I have a feeling that there's going to be a ton of opportunity for overtime. When I spoke with the lead tech over the ultrasound department who is in charge of making up the schedule, I saw her on Tuesday, my first night back to work after vacation. She told me that she was charged with coming up with a doomsday scenario schedule for the department come October 1st. And so she handed me the schedule, asked me not to show it to anybody, and wanted to know what days that I wanted to sign up for if I wanted some extra hours. You know, overtime would not be an issue. I can work as many extra nights as I want to, and I can rake in the dough if I so choose. But if you've been with my channel for a while, y'all know I have been filling in a lot extra at work, and the overtime is nice, yes, but I have already done a ton of extra work for this company. And y'all, I'm getting to the point where, especially after taking this long vacation, it does sort of realign your mindset, and I'm starting to see where it's not 100% about the math and the numbers. It's not just about the money, y'all. There's more to this FIRE movement than achieving financial independence as quickly as possible. So, even still, you know, I'm a good employee, and I know that this is a crazy time. This is not typical for my company, so I did volunteer to work a few extra nights in October. But here's what I'm thinking, y'all. If worse comes to worse, all of these people leave. We have these people who are not vascular registered. They end up getting fired, and they are absolutely desperate for extra coverage. If that happens and they ask me to work more than what I've already volunteered for, what would you do in this situation? Now, I know overtime won't be a problem for them because it's crazy extenuating circumstances, but you know, I've already done a lot, and I've already earned a lot of overtime. I'm thinking that I should ask for double time. And I know that they can afford it, so why not, right? And if they don't give me the double time, my question is, would you still do it? Because when it comes right down to it, I do want to help. I'm a helpful type person at work, and I do want to be a team player, but I feel that I have already pulled more than my fair share of extra shifts. And even though I really could use the money, because y'all know about all of my financial goals I have, I could definitely put that money to good use. Like I say, it's really not all about the money, and I'm going to achieve financial independence regardless of whether or not I decide to work myself to death. So I'm a little torn about what I should do. It is a little bit tempting for me if they say, oh yeah, double time is no problem at all. You know, we'll give you double time if you're willing to help us out right now. That'd be a little bit tempting for me, y'all. I mean, that would be some good money. So yeah, I'm kind of torn about that. Also, in case you're wondering, I did actually interview for another position as well. My purpose for doing that was I was hoping to get at least an offer that was more than what my base rate of pay is right now, but I didn't. The offer I got was ridiculous. It was way too low, so I did not bring that to the attention of my radiology director and stuff. I was hoping that I could at least show them, hey, here's an actual offer for more than what I'm making right now, and I've been with y'all for a few years. But they didn't offer me that much, so that couldn't help. I suppose I could always interview again, but when it comes right down to it, I do like where I work. I like the setting that I'm in, and I don't mind working third shift. And the one good thing about the company that I work for, it's not uncommon for healthcare companies to offer a third shift differential, but the third shift differential that I get is really pretty generous. It's about $6.50 extra an hour to work third shift, and when I put that together with my base rate of pay, then it's really hard for me to consider taking a full-time day shift job elsewhere, because the pay would be about the same or possibly even a little bit less. So, and it's not that I don't like where I am. I do. So, but still, I feel like, the third shift differential really shouldn't be factored into the equation. It's just, I feel like that should be icing on the cake. And, whether or not you're being compensated competitively should be reflected at your base rate of pay. So that's where I'm at. And also, one small bit of good news. When I came back from the trip from Scotland, we got paid again this week. And September is when my company does their annual cost of living increases for pay, and I did get a pay bump of 2.5%. So yay for that. That's something. So that's where I am right now. I have a bad feeling that October is going to get kind of hairy, and I'm dreading it a little bit. But I'm really feeling pretty strongly that if worse comes to worse, then I really don't feel bad about asking for double time. This is something that my company has seen coming. If, they're the ones that's laying down that hard deadline of October 1st to become vascular registered, and here it is, 10 days till October, and we still have 4 who aren't, then they know that there's the potential there to lose 4 full-time employees. And besides those 4, I know we've got 2 more that are leaving. We have some relief techs that are travelers working for us. We had 2 at the beginning of September. One of them walked off the job. So we've only got 1 relief tech right now, and so far management has only approved to bring in 1 more, so we would be back to 2, which is not really all that helpful if you're going to have 6 people leaving. So, yeah. I just have a feeling that October is going to turn out to be a hot mess. So, once again, I'll keep y'all updated as much as I can. I really wish that they would just say something either way about this market analysis that they're doing for the department. I wish they would let us know, instead of just leaving us hanging out here wondering if we're gonna see any significant raises. Because come October, honestly, it's probably gonna feel like the ones who did what they were supposed to do, like me, and got their vascular registry, are being punished for doing so, because now we have to pick up the slack of all of the people who got fired. So it is what it is. It's gonna be a mess, and I'll keep y'all updated. I know this video ended up being a lot longer than I thought it would be, but it's a big part of my life, so I'll keep y'all posted. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. And if you'd like to see how all of this turns out, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.